It matters when the President of the United States looks like a half their old man. When the President of the United States goes overseas and speaks to the troops, and he's old and he's shuffling around and he can't remember who he is. And look, here he is, masked, here he is.
And Joe and I are always excited to visit with our troops and their families. Joe, pay attention.
Am I supposed to enjoy that little sitcom? That moment? The commander-in-chief of the world standing there behind his wife with a mask on his face, both of them vaccinated 1,000 feet away from anybody else. Am I supposed to enjoy that sitcom? I don't mean to take a light moment and make it too serious, but again, the wolves are watching. They're watching. And why is the president standing behind his wife at the podium anyway? What's his wife doing talking to anybody? You weren't elected to anything. You're the first lady. Sit in the back and shut up. Why is the First Lady putting out pictures on social media, tweets on social media about the G7? I don't know if you've heard, the G7's a fairly important thing, sitting there with the pen and all these papers saying prepping for the G7. What are you prepping for? A shopping trip? You're not the president. No one elected you. And it's weird. Okay, so why are you doing this? Is this some I am woman, hear me roar thing? Or can the president not handle it himself? And then, look, Biden's so inept, he has to send Kamala to Mexico. Kamala's down there in Guatemala. Kamala's doing all these overseas things. With the head of Japan comes to us, and Kamala Harris greets him. The head of South Korea gets to us. Kamala Harris is there to greet him. Who's in charge? I don't know. You don't know. But Joe Biden certainly isn't. And we're going to pay a price for that kind of weakness. And look, again, I want to stress this as I play this video for you about Joe Biden talking about global warming. I really want to stress this. I need you to understand. This is not just about politics or global warming or climate change or all that other false idiocy they try to pour on you. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. This is about the wolves of the world watching. Vladimir Putin, when Joe Biden speaks, Vladimir Putin watches. You understand that, right? Him personally. Vladimir Putin sits down with the doors closed and the television on. Vlad, bring me a vodka. And he sits there and watches Joe Biden speak. And he doesn't watch the way you and I watch. Maybe roll our eyes, chuckle a little bit at the doddering old fool. Vladimir Putin watches like a predator because that's what he is. And does that predator see somebody he's scared of, or does he see prey when the President of the United States of America talks like this?
We must all commit to an ambitious climate action if we're going to prevent the worst impacts of climate change, limiting global warming to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius. This is not a joke. You know what the Joint Chiefs told us the greatest threat facing America was? Global warming.
What do you think Vladimir Putin or Xi Jinping think when they hear the President of the United States talk like that? You know what hurts me? Is because I know what they think. I know they're sitting there with their pals and they are belly laughing at us. Look at these suckers. Look at these chumps. Global warming. We can't do this anymore. And oh, it's funny that it's global warming this week because I swore last week it was something else. Mr. Producer?
According to the intelligence community, terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Not ISIS, not Al-Qaeda, white supremacists.
And look, this is why I tell people all the time, stop defending things like the FBI to me. And they'll come back and they'll say to me, Jesse, what do you mean? Well, one, the leadership of the FBI is out there pushing this white supremacy garbage, Christopher Wray and all his other idiot friends. That's one. Two, leadership is what matters. I've used the example before. I'll use it again. If your favorite burger joint in town hires a manager and assistant manager that believe every single burger should have spit in it, I don't care how good the fry cook and the cashier is. I can't go back to the burger joint. Leadership matters. How does it matter? Well, I don't know. A battalion commander reportedly according to Human Events, told his unit, white people are part of the problem. This is filtering down and filtering down and filtering down. I've tried to stress this over and over and over again while Biden gives these insane speeches. It's not just something for us to roll our eyes at. This stuff matters a lot. Why does it matter? Well, you remember JBS, America's largest beef supplier? You remember how they just got hacked and we had a disruption of 20% of our beef and all that? You remember the whole story? They paid $11 million in ransom. $11 million. Now, I'm going to repeat this, and I'm going to continue repeating this. I'm going to say to you the same thing I said to you after Colonial Pipeline got hacked. Whatever else you think about things, we are a nation. We are a nation with critical infrastructure that makes sure the lights stay on and the food keeps coming and the gas pumps keep working, that it keeps America running. If we are going to continue to be a nation, we must do two things when it comes to these hackings. We must federally ban the payment of ransom. Whoever is responsible for this should be sent to federal prison because it's a national security issue. JBS didn't pay $11 million to a hacker. What JBS did was tell every other scumbag hacker in the world, come attack us and we'll make you rich for it. It must be federally banned. These people should go to prison. That's step one. Step two, America should send very dangerous men overseas to ensure these hackers don't see the light of day ever again, and then publish the pictures in the newspaper. Not because we're sadists, not because we're brutal, not because we take joy in the taking of a human life. We do this to make sure the next hacker and the next hacker and the next hacker think twice about this. This stuff is a big deal. You're going to know it's a big deal when the lights go out. America looks at us, the criminals, the dictators. They look at us and they see weakness. They see a bunch of soft, rotted, corrupted sissies. They can push around and do whatever they want. That's what they see when they look at us. We're either going to change that image or the vultures are going to pick at our carcass until we're nothing left but bones. That's the truth of it. Did you see this headline from Axios? I love this. Half the pandemic's unemployment money may have been stolen. That could be up to $400 billion, in case you're wondering. Weakness has a cost. I know America didn't like the brash guy, whatever. Look, I'm not going to do some defense of Trump here. That's not what this is about. But America, well, I think it should, everything should just calm down. We just need somebody who's a little nicer. Nice is going to be the end of this country. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.